Hi, I'm Mary Ann, and I can't believe that someone stole my identity. I mean, I'm so incredibly average. I don't get bullied, but I don't get noticed. I'm good at school, but not great. The only thing really notable about me is my messed up family. My mom and dad had an ugly divorce. Then my mom married my stepdad, Kent, after dating him for 4 weeks. Kent's hated me from the start. He's got this annoying, deadbeat son named Leo. He's always comparing the two of us. Like, he wants to find some way Leo's better than me. Good luck. I may be average, but Leo is nothing. Recently, on my birthday, Kent and I got into a screaming fight because I caught him snooping in my room. My mom backed Kent up, and she was so embarrassed to see me acting like that. I bit my tongue to keep from screaming that she never should have married a guy she'd only known a month. I told this girl I used to hang out with, Kayla, what had happened. Big mistake. She spread it all over the school that my stepdad was a weirdo. I'd beat her for a spot on the volleyball team, so I guess she was still mad or something. But that had mostly blown over, I thought. Imagine my shock when one day Kayla shoulder-checked me in the hall and called me a name. I wanted to ask what I'd done, but I was too shocked. Then, in algebra, people kept staring at me and whispering. Then this guy named Ben came up to me and was like, "For the record, your nose isn't exactly small either." Okay, first of all, ouch. Second, I had no clue what was going on. "What are you talking about?" I asked. But he just turned away in disgust. My whole day was like that. I finally saw my friend Becca in 7th period and told her how weird everyone was being. She said, yeah, I think your social media's been hacked. I got on my accounts and saw all kinds of posts from me about my classmates, Ben's big nose, Kayla's skanky outfits, and about myself, saying that I was going to clubs I'd never gone to, drinking and partying, that I was making out with guys I'd never even heard of. To say I was stunned was an understatement. Surely nobody really believed this was me. But I guess when nobody notices you, they don't know anything about you, so they believe what they see on the internet. "It's Kayla," I told Becca. "She's such a jerk. I can't believe I ever hung out with her." "But why would Kayla make fun of herself if she hacked your account?" Becca asked. "To make herself seem like a victim." I could have strangled Kayla. I, the girl who never got noticed, was ready to make a scene in front of the whole school. But Becca urged me to wait. She told me to report the hacking to the social media platforms, but their form letters said they'd respond in 24 to 48 hours. Meanwhile, Kayla was wreaking havoc. I tried to do damage control. I had to create new accounts to replace the ones I'd been locked out of, so I could tell people the other me wasn't really me. Kent found me at the computer after midnight and got all mad like he always does, saying that at least Leo uses his computer time responsibly. I wanted to snap back at him. But I know I'll be out of here soon for college, so I should just ignore him and his stupid son. I tried to explain there was an emergency, but he just told me to get off the computer so he could use it. The next day, more people were mad at me. A few believed the hacking story. "You were never like this before," someone said. But the more vocal people really thought I said those awful things. Or they didn't know whether to believe it or not. They just wanted to create drama. And boy, did they. In 6th period, I got called into the principal's office. But when I arrived there, it wasn't just the principal. The police were there too. I started to sweat, not sure what could be going on. The principal pulled up my hacked IG account and showed me a picture I'd posted of a bomb and the caption, "What I want to do to my school." "That wasn't me," I said desperately. "Someone hacked my accounts." "We have to take this very seriously," the principal said, letting the police take over. I was so shaken up when they were done questioning me, I could barely breathe. As I left the office, I saw Kayla in the hall, smirking at me. I made it halfway home before I started to cry. At the house, Leo was waiting for me. "What is your problem?" he demanded. "Everyone keeps asking me why my stepsister went psycho." I pushed past him and locked myself in my room. I was relieved to find some of the SM platforms had locked my accounts until the issue was resolved. But the damage was done. I got a call from my first choice college, which I'd already gotten into, asking me to explain my investigation by the police. I tried, but I was worried all my stammering just made me sound guiltier. Then, as if things couldn't get worse, My mom and Kent knocked on my door, saying Leo had shown them my social media pages, and demanding to know if I really did drugs, if I'd really threatened to blow up my school. Well, my mom demanded to know. Kent was sure I'd done it. You can't take his side, I told my mom. You can't actually believe him. I don't know what to believe, my mom said. You haven't been yourself lately. I realized she was talking about my birthday when I'd screamed at Kent, but I'd just been so mad at him for snooping. The next morning, I was a wreck. I hadn't slept in 2 days, and I was terrified that my life was ruined. I saw Kayla standing in the hallway talking to her friends, and I marched up to her. You hacked my accounts, I shouted. Her expression went from surprise to anger. You called me a slut, she said. People were starting to stare. Is this about the volleyball team? Her eyes blazed. You think I hacked you because you got on the volleyball team? That's pathetic. People started chanting. Fight. Fight. Fight! Without thinking, I shoved her. She shoved me back, and soon a teacher was breaking us up. We both got sent to the office and written up, which didn't help the school's opinion that I was a psycho. I ran home so fast I got there earlier than usual. Kent was on the computer, so engrossed he didn't seem to hear me come in. Then my heart stopped as I saw what he was doing. Designing a profile on a social media site, using my picture. What are you doing? I asked. He whirled to stare at me, and clearly, even he couldn't think of an explanation. I was just... He tried to X out of the browser, but I raced over and grabbed the mouse. It was you, I said, looking over at what he was doing. You hacked my accounts! Kent's face grew red with fury. You think you're so great. You deserve to be taken down a peg or two. My mom came in and asked what was wrong. I showed her. What happened next was chaos. Everyone was shouting. Kent finally yelled at my mom, You think your daughter is better than my son! I had to show you that she wasn't. Silence. Then my mom said, her voice deadly, You stole my daughter's identity to make Leo look better by comparison? The next thing I knew, the front door was slamming. Kent was gone. My mother broke down in tears, hugging me and saying sorry over and over. I'm so sorry I brought him into your life. Things have been rough in my house since then. Kent and Leo moved out. My mom and I are both trying to get past the trauma of realizing Kent wasn't who he claimed to be. Things have been straightened out with the school and with my future college, but I'm still finding it hard to trust people. My classmates notice me now. The whole story made its way around the school. Some of them are really sympathetic, but some of them tease me. Surprisingly, Caitlin's been one of the sympathetic ones. I'm trying to look forward to college and a future where I can start fresh. I just want to be average again. Thanks for watching this video and listening to my story. By the way, I believe you noticed that this flower appeared several times throughout the video. Count the number of times it appeared and write it in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.